So you bought some cryptocurrency. One thing you probably noticed was the fee attached. For TechRepublic and ZDNet, I'm Dan Patterson with TechRepublic's Brandon Vigliarolo, and cryptocurrency has taken off. It is almost impossible to separate the hyperbole from the reality. Fortunately, Brandon has written about cryptocurrency extensively, and there's one theme he's noticed with all forms of currency, and that is fees that exist everywhere. Brandon, what are these fees? Who is applying these fees? How much are these fees? What's important here?
Well, the importance is probably the potential sky-high cost. I mean, the fees are not consistent. So basically the way Bitcoin fees work is if you want to add a transaction to the blockchain, a miner, which we've all heard of Bitcoin mining, right? Miners are the ones who add transactions to the blockchain. So if you sent me zero point 0.5 Bitcoins, you're going to have to apply that to the blockchain. In order to make someone want to mine it, you're going to have to pay a certain amount of Bitcoin for an incentive. If the incentive is too low, it's going to fall off the chain and never get mined. If it's too high, you've wasted your money. So there's no consistency to fees. There's averages, there's guesses based on the strength of the network and the number of blocks being processed, but they're so variable. You might end up spending $15 on a $15 transaction just to make sure it gets to the blockchain.
And where are these fees being applied?
During the transaction, depending on how you're sending Bitcoin, some websites will say, hey, you're going to have to give a certain amount of Bitcoin for a fee, and then you'll say, all right, well, this is the max I'm willing to pay for my fee, and then during the process of mining, that will come out, and you'll get a response back saying, hey, yeah, your Bitcoin transfer was successful, and this was the fee that was applied.
So the fee is relative and sometimes can be user selected. Other sites have static fees, correct?
That's correct. And those fees are static, but they're variable as well. A lot of times they'll be static based on the strength of the network or the number of transactions happening. So they might vary a little bit based on the day and the strength of the currency, but you're not going to be able to adjust those yourself. Some websites you will, others are just going to factor that into the sale. And then so, you might send $15 for the Bitcoin and then the recipient gets $14.65 and that other amount is just kind of lost to the miner or to the Ether.
So speaking of Ether, Ethereum has been on the rise lately. And one of the drivers of Ethereum is a fun little game that you wrote about called CryptoKitties. CryptoKitties are digital cats that are fun and cute and also pretty costly. The transaction fees of CryptoKitties are then kind of slurped up by the owner of the company. So Brandon, explain how product fees are attached to cryptocurrency.
Yeah, so I mean, I bought a few of these cats. I bought 2 cats and tried to breed them, and everything you do is transaction fee related. So you're gonna sell a cat, transaction fee; buy a cat, transaction fee; breed your own cats, 2 that you own, transaction fee. And that makes sense because these are all changes to the blockchain. But my God, they can be almost the same as the price of buying the cat in the first place. And yeah, those costs are going to go to the miners, or in some cases, the owner of these things. And it's a way for that person to make the money and really kind of be the big beneficiary in all this, because now I've got 2 crypto kitties, or 3 of them, that if I want to sell, I'm going to have to invest almost the amount of money that I'll make based on the sale, just in trying to make sure that gets to the blockchain.
All right, TechRepublic's Brandon Vigliarolo has written extensively about cryptocurrency. Brandon, where can people go to learn more about the spectrum of cryptocurrency?
I've got a smart person's guide up on Bitcoin, also one coming out in Ethereum. And you and I, Dan, have had some extensive conversations about different forms of cryptocurrency, Ethereum and Ripple, and you can find those on TechRepublic.
And while you're there, make sure you subscribe to the TechRepublic Next Big Thing newsletter for breaking news and insights about all emerging technologies. And there are no fees.